Yeah, this is some agbametala right here. We on the kind of autumn season now. It's like you're talking about autumn, like autumn, like AUTUMN. That sounds like autumn. That sounds like Antum. Like Queen Antum, right? Maybe not. But we back in the autumn time, and the temperature is dropped a little bit. The reason I'm making this video is to talk about some things that we could do to work with the season. Yeah, we got to work with it. We don't have to go against it. We just work. We flow. See, we flow with the energy, right? That's what we need to do. So we have the autumn energy now, and we need to work with it instead of working against it. So some of the ways that we could do working with this energy is to observe the environment. Like I'm looking outside now, the trees, they've kind of recycling now. They're recycling the energy. They're dropping leaves. So the leaves are returning back to the soils now. They're going back to the soil. Hopefully, I hope where these trees are, there are some grounds like soil there, where these leaves could be able to mix with the soil, and they become part of the soil again, and they will be going through this kind of internal process, waiting to come out again in the springtime, which is just a beautiful alchemical science, alchemical formation. The creation of things is just unbelievable. You know what? I'm just of the notion that nature is always the greatest teacher. If you want to call it that way, it's just amazing. So by observing the environment, your environment, and the natural environment, you could see what's happening to the trees. You can see what's happening in general. And if you observe naturally, you might be able to, you can choose to apply that to how you're going to function in your life. So in the autumn time, this is the time we're supposed to just slow down and give thanks and look ahead and to what things that we've done so far. How we managed to really cope with things, with so many things in life. Where do we start? Where are we now? So this is the autumn time to be able to reflect on that and give thanks. So it's a good time to really just observe. To become more like an observer. Of things, of beings around you. So yeah. So like I said earlier, the trees are just recycling now, which saying to me that everything is recycling now. So I would say one of the best things we could do is to start recycling our energy now, so that we can have a better energy or healthier energy in the spring. So that could last us through the whole winter period, and we can have more energy in the springtime, when we spring up again, become more active, and then we could do things that we want to do. That doesn't mean that you can't do things in the autumn. Observing alone is doing a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of energy to really be able to sit down and to observe things. So you observe things in silence. You just watch things around you, and that makes that magnify tone around you. That's the kind of a magnification going on around you when everything is just quiet. You're observing. See, the trees is just, and they're still doing a lot of stuff. They're still dancing. See the way trees are always dancing anyway. So for whatever reason, they always give thanks. Even in the day, they're still dancing around now. It's quite amazing. So which means we're supposed to dance too. If the trees are dancing, why can't we be dancing? They always dance. Alright? So we need to be dancing too. Just having some groove, right? So on food based, we could, I think it's the best time to eat more liquid food, to be really honest. I had a video on sunlight. I don't think I've posted that one here, but it has to do with they got to work with energy. Everything is a little bit slow down now, so you need to eat things that are more liquid in nature. So that these things, so they don't want the food to be staying in your stomach or in your abdomen for that long, you know. So it's better to eat more liquid food. I'm talking about eating more like if you want, like drink some smoothies, drink more water, juice, you know. I mean, basically plants, fruits and vegetables. You know, these things get digested much quicker and they don't really spend a lot of time in the body to start not fermenting, becoming putrefied, which cause a lot of some kind of things that you probably don't want, you know. So it's good. It would be wise to eat more food that are more liquid, you know, like so we could blend fruits and vegetables, with it being known to boost immunity anyway. These are all foundations of immunity, you know, fruits and vegetables. You know, this is what we know. So this is the time that we need to ingest more fruits and vegetables. We need to ingest more, and we need to drink more water. We need to ingest, fruits and vegetables in form of herbs. You know, we could take a lot of herbs, including herbs like rosehip. Rosehip, I hope people manage to gather rosehips in the summer, because these are all nature-giving herbs for free. You know, most of them came out. If you live around the green area, you can get some rosehip. You just need to identify what rosehip is, and you can pick some and save them for around this time, the autumn and the winter time. You know, so even when you did it in the summer, you could be taking it, but this actually helps you to build your immune system. So it makes you function properly and ward away so many undesirables what we call cold. I mean, what is being classified as cold, all these things. So rosehip fruits, you know, really do help. And if you dry or you buy it from the store, they should be in the dry form, and you could actually make a tea out of it. It's well known for having a lot of immune system builder, you know. So 'cause that's what it's all about. We got to build our immune system. We got to maintain our immune system. So and yes, rosehip is very well known. Hibiscus flower is quite good for around this time as well. Hibiscus tea, hibiscus, the flower, maybe in the powdered form. You could add that to your smoothies. You could add that to your juice and blend it together in the blender. You could put in a shaker and just shake it together and drink it. And if you put a powder like that, or if you make it into tea, you can add that to your smoothies as well, or your juice. Or you could take them as powder, as powder. I usually just chew. I don't mind putting the rosehip, the dry rosehip in my mouth and just grind it with my teeth, or hibiscus flower powder, or rosehip fruit powder. You know, I just chew them and swallow them. You know, they're very, very good. They help us they stimulate the immune system in our body. So I'm talking about rosehip, we're talking about hibiscus, even dry lemon peel, especially the organic one. You know, that the one that hasn't been sprayed with chemicals, undesirable chemicals, you know. So if you can get those ones, you could buy them. And if you would have lemon tree, you could go ask, you know, get some lemon now, peel the skin, And this skin contains a lot of nutrition that are actually quite compatible with the human body, and this actually help boost on the immune system as well. So I'm talking about having lemon peel, orange peel. Instead of throwing, especially if they're organic, instead of throwing them in the bin, you could dry them, or to make them, you can dry them the way you like it, and you can now put them in. You can grind them into powder, the dry one to powder, or you could make the dry peel into tea and drink it. Awesome stuff, that can help us, and they're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap to have. Um, Basically, we just need to eat more food. Ideally, more. Fruits and vegetables are more liquidized. And it's all good, you can still chew on vegetables, chew on fruits. That's still all good. So all those things. If you have access to Acerola fruits, these are all. I'm just talking about the common one that we could find, because this thing could be, unless if you live in those areas where Acerola fruit is grown. If not, then you need to make use of what you have in your environment. So, and I know rosehip is very common in England. It's very common, and how you could get hibiscus much easier. So, food stores. People trade in this. You need to trade. We need to take more multivitamins like moringa. If we get access to alfalfa, all these things that they have they build immune system in general. So we need to eat more food and taking herbs that are very compatible with the human body, that can actually help us to work with this season that we're in, the autumn season, and that will make us walk through the whole winter season. And it's not all year round, so it's about eating, but it's just like we need to be more specific on eating more things that are more raw, and which means things that won't stay in the body for that long, to the extent that the things start experiencing petrification, and that's not really what we want. To be honest, that's not really what we want. So it's about staying good. It's about actually making affirmations is way that can help us to boost our spirituality, because spirituality is a serious immune system, and so we need to remember that this is a time we need to reflect on what we've been doing. It's a time of giving thanks. It's so like in Yoruba, they always say, we should give modupe. Modupe means I give thanks, right? So it's giving thanks, and we say things like Oshe. Oshe means thank or thank you, which kind of have some kind of relationship with Ashe, Oshe and Ashe, and that's being thankful. So we need to give thanks, by being grateful, being gracious, we need to be very grateful of this, the fact that we breathe and we are alive, so many things we can take. I mentioned moringa. Moringa is becoming more popular, so all those citrus that can really help us. They've been known of their powerful healing mechanisms, that are actually being designed, created to help us have a good standing, to be able to work with our seasons. So these are the time of the year we need to be appreciative of. We just need to be observing nature, see how she works things out, then we can emulate her and work things out for ourselves. So eat more liquid food, spend more time with people that resonate with, that can actually help you to boost your immune system. You don't want to be around entities that actually lessen your immune system. So be around people that can boost your immune system. Yeah. So be around those type of people. If it's a family member, be around them. The one that can actually elevate your spirituality, that can heighten your happiness to boost your immune system. You don't want people that will break down your immune system. So eat more food spiritually, eat more food physically, eat more food mentally, in a psyche type of way, emotionally, because foods are all linked to all these areas. So we need to eat more food that are much energy boosting. I almost forgot ginger roots. This is a good time to be taking ginger, because ginger actually helps us to cleanse the system, our digestive system, because we don't want things to get stuck in there. So digestive system is linked to the lung. So we need to remember that when the food stays long in the digestive system, they all have some kind of connection to the lung. So you don't want undesirable mucus to be building up in the digestive, goes to the lung, to the bronchi, straight into your nose. Now you have blocked nose. So food is very important. So fruits and vegetables will surely help around these times. It's always the food of the Asians. Asian people consume a lot of tropical and not so tropical fruits and vegetables. So, and they're still around us today. So we just need to make use of what we have and be wise about it and share. Share with other people. If it's about sharing. So ginger roots, all those things quite helpful to boost. Makes the system works properly. But there are a list of them. If I could remember, I might put it down the list in the video. So but that's just what I can remember right now. But green juice, are quite important. So like spinach juice, all those things, spinach vegetables, kale, all the juice, the green leaves in general. They boost immune system. The vegetables, different types, but the green one, is some powerful stuff. So, and the fruits, different fruits. There's a lot of citrus fruit, and also citrus apples and all that. It's plenty of them around this time. It's plenty. Yeah. Let's work with this season, and we are going to be good. Good health, peace, love, happiness. Ashe.